right? So don't assume that you're gonna have too many questions. No, it will be few, not challenging question, but for each topic, you should know it very well. So who solved number one? Who solved this one?
I got 4.
So somebody got 4. Anybody else?
I got the same thing.
Okay. Anybody else? So it's 4 is, should we go with 4? All right, so we dealing with sine and cosecant. In your note sheet, you have enough of all 6 trigonometric functions. Also, we have a unit circle. The angle that sine and cosecant gets is 180 and 270. Those are our favorite angles, correct? On the circle, 0, 90 degrees, 180, and 270 degree, and 360. Sine of 180, the value of y here is 0, correct? So this is 0. We're going to get 2 times 0 minus 4. We have cosecant. Cosecant of 270 degrees equal to 1 over sine of 270 degrees. Sine of this, the value of y is -1. So if you put -1, you get 1 over -1 is -1. 2 times 0 is 0. -4 times -1 is 4. 4 is correct. If you know this one, if you plug in your exam, if you put 2 times 0 minus 4 times -1, but instead of 4, if you plug -4, or somehow you do some algebraic mistake, you're not going to get any points. So it's super important. The algebra part is important, comes with the trigonometry. So make sure what you do here is mistake-free. All right. What about for the second question?
I got -1.
Maybe anybody else? Is -1 correct answer?
Yeah, I got the same thing.
Yeah, I just got that too.
All right. You guys are really ready for the exam. Is Nicole here? Okay. So I think I said it before, most of the question that you will see, they look kind of complicated. As a complicated type of question. So, but we don't freak out. We're dealing with cosine, cosecant, secant. And the angle of 270, 270 and 0. Cosine of 270 is 0. So 3 times 0 plus 9 multiplied by cosecant of 270. Cosecant is 1 over sine of 270. We just did that is -1 plus 8, 1 over cosine of 0. So it will be 0, -9. Cosine of 0 is 1 plus 8. The answer is -1. Excellent. Very good. And I hope you. So here I forgot to do a square, but I mean that was a if instead of secant of 0 was secant of 180, the answer would be different thing. So make sure there is no mistake. So this 2, this gives us -1 squared, which is +1. All right, any question here? On Monday, we work on some question like this. It's a homework question that they gives us I think this is, I don't know what, this number 17. We had, they give us a point. This is a point, is -2 radical 5, comma 4. And they ask us to come up with the 6th trigonometric function. The first thing we do, we plot this. Let me solve this one. I did it for somebody asked me after the class. So we have a point. We have a point, we have -2 root 5, comma 4. First, we're going to plot it, and then we're going to find 6 trigonometric functions related to the theta that this point makes. So if we plot this one, we have -2 root 5. So -2 root 5 is not easy to just find exactly where is that. So approximately, I'm going to say this is -2 root 5, and this is 5, and this is 4. So the point is there. So this is my point, like P. All right. So that's the point. I connected to this point. This is a question that you see in exam. So it involves so many parts of what we learn. And if you solve one question, I mean, you know it very well. So we have a point, and this is the theta that makes, correct? That's the theta. So they're asking us find sine theta, cosine theta, tangent theta, cotangent theta, cosecant theta, secant theta. This is a question you see in the exam, and you see in the second exam, the third exam, the final exam, but we word it differently. But the concept is, we give you one information, we ask you 6 trigonometric function. So first we need to visualize it. We find theta here. In order to answer this type of question, we need to make a right triangle. We always make a right triangle to the x-axis. This is a right triangle. But theta is here. Theta is here. We learn about the reference angle. Sine of, for example, this theta, exactly same as sine of this alpha. I'm going to call it theta too. So these two are, I know the value, this theta is much bigger than this one, but the value of the 6 trigonometric, it would be same. Okay. I'm not saying this, I'm not saying, for example, this theta equal theta 1 equal to theta 2. I'm not saying that this is not equal, because theta 1 probably is like 130 and this is 50 degrees. That's an example. You can visualize it. There are two different sizes. But when you apply the 6 trigonometric, the value will be same. Good. So now we are dealing with this theta. What do we have? We have x, so we have a right triangle, and we have our favorite formula, Pythagorean theorem. and we can apply it here. So the value of y is 4. The value of x is -2√5. We use, so before we even look at this one, we need to solve hypotenuse. We have 4 squared plus -2√5 squared equal to r squared. Ready? Don't do that. So 4 squared is 16 plus -2√5 squared. We don't want to do any algebraic mistake. If we do any mistake here in the next 10 minutes and beyond, we are solving this one, all of them will be wrong. So you can take this guy over here. We have -2√5 squared. This means if we have a times b squared is like a squared b squared, correct? So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have -2 squared multiplied by √5 squared. -2 squared is 4. √5 squared is 5. You multiply, you get 20. Am I right? Right. Okay. We get 20 here equal to r squared. When you add them, we get 36 equal to r squared. And what is r?
6.
Positive 6, right? So now that you solve this one, you go back to your note sheets. We learned that sine of theta is opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite of theta is 4, hypotenuse is 6, 4 over 6. But those opposite over hypotenuse or adjacent over hypotenuse, it's a little confusing. We learn it, but instead of applying opposite and hypotenuse, we can say we can say y over r, cosine is x over r, tangent is y over x, cotangent is x over y, cosecant is r over y, and secant is r over x. Any question here? This is super, 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 super important. This, knowing that one. So now all we need to do, we just need to plug the value, y over r, which is 4 over 6. Then, then the algebra part, can we leave it 4 over 6 or simplify, you get 2 over 3. Oh my God, Mike doesn't have math. You get 2 over 3. Yes. Paint? Yeah.
It's like the Crocs.
Tangent of theta is y over x, which is 4 over -2√5. Sorry about the fonts, I'm doing with my finger. So you have to multiply by √5, correct?
Professor,
Yes.
is it fine if you don't simplify it?
You need to see, you're gonna multiply by √5. This will be, and 4 and 2 will cancel. This gives you 2√5 over 5. -2√5 over 5. All right. So secant, cosecant, same. So your job is we cannot have radical on the denominator. Something about extra credit that I posted on Instagram. And that's extra credit doesn't mean if you don't do your homework, if you do horrible in exam and quiz, if you do the extra credit, you will pass the class. Extra credit only it will make me know you better. Also, if you got, for example, A minus, I give you A, or B minus, I give you B. So little, I will be generous if you do a lot of extra credit.
Wait,
Please
Professor,
don't email me that, oh, I solved extra credit, but I didn't take the exam. I should pass the class. So there's nothing to do with that. Yes, Mariam.
what's the Instagram? I think I wasn't here when you gave it to us.
Instagram is first k1momeni.com. Not, not .com, just k1momeni. My first name and last name.
Just that one? Just that?
Yeah, k1momeni, yeah.
Okay.
I know you asked me to post, somebody asked me to post it on the Canvas, but I try. I mean, it's difficult to come up with a question and then I post it on Instagram. You don't need to follow me, but if you, just see the question. All right.
Yes.
And I'm going to read Yvette's email. Yvette. Yvette. No.
I'm pretty sure it's D.
Yeah, D.
Okay. So Yvette, your question is y equal 3 root 2.
It was attached, the screenshot of the problem.
Oh, you have? Or download it? Oh, nice. So we have something here. Okay, let's do this one then. So this is in download. So I downloaded. Now I have to go to find. Nadim. You don't get.
You never know.
Mhm.
That's what I do.
I know you're good, but this is very important.
So many things. You say how good I am in the crops. I can have a sharp. Look, like this.
Yeah.
So we have the question that I solved earlier, they give us a point, correct? Then we plot it. But now they give us the line. So this is negative root 5x plus y equal to 0. The first step is we need to make it to y equal to mx plus b. This helps us to plot it. So this is y equal to root 5x. And we also know x is greater than 0. So what's happening here, there are two ways to plot, graph the line. One of them is just 2 points, x and y. X is 0, y is 0. X is 1, y is root 5. Correct? So 0, 0, all of them, they have 0, 0. But 1 root 5, both of them are positive. So it has to be somewhere on the quadrant 1. Only D has quadrant 1. So this is a good option to select. Any question here? Okay, so now let's go back to Yvette. So first we need to pick, and so we have a line. We make it to y equal to mx plus b, which is y equal to radical 6x. Same, so it has to be first. Oh, they said x is less than 0. What we had x is greater than 0, so we were correct. It's very important. They said x is less than 0. When we graph this, when we graph it, something like this will be the answer. This is a line. 0, 0, and you pick 2 points and you connect them. But because we have some restriction, like x less than 0, only x less than 0, that means we cannot accept x is more than 0. So we get only value less than equal to 0. So this will be the solution. All right, so now they ask us what is sine of theta. So this is a theta from the standard form. But we need to make we have to make a right triangle to use a Pythagorean theorem. We will make it to the x-axis. This much of theta, which is more than 180, is same as this theta, which is reference angle. I'm saying it's same as the value of trigonometric functions is same. So this is theta. Any questions so far?
I'm just going to put
No questions.
no question. Can I paint?
No. So sine of theta is y over r. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to erase this, make a better triangle. This is theta. So what do we know about x and y? This is x, this is y. What is the value of y here? Even how did you get 42, radical 42?
No, so I didn't. That was the right answer. So
Oh.
it gave it to me because I tried so many times and I got it wrong.
I see. So I didn't go over this particular one. So, but so far you guys are following me, correct? No, if you had a value of y and r, then we will be done. What do we know about this line? Any point on this line, the value x and y, correct? What do we know about y? Y is root 6x. So I'm going to write it again. This is a tricky part. So it's x, comma, root 6x. Are you guys okay with this? Elizabeth, are you there?
Yeah.
Elizabeth. So in this question, homework, I mean, we have the point P. We had it. We know that this is value of x, that's value of y. We plugged it and we solve for r. Then we use all this formula to get the cosine sine. So, but now it's a little challenging because we don't know, but we know the relation. If any point you pick here, any point x you pick, the value of y will be root 6 times x. Can take pictures. So we're gonna use Pythagorean theorem. Let's see what do I get. So x, we are okay. Wow, not a good day. But so we have x and y. We use Pythagorean theorem. X is okay. Instead of y, I'm going to put root 6x. If we use Pythagorean theorem, we're going to get x squared plus root 6x squared equal to r squared. This is x squared plus 6x squared equal to r squared. We can add them. We get 7x squared equal to r squared. What is r? R will be x root 7. Please let me know if I need to explain this.
Yeah, I'm still a little confused about it.
So we have a line which is y equal to root 6x. This line which is here. Oops. This is a line. Agree, Mario?
Yes.
This is y equal to root 6x. Why did I dash line here? Because the question said x should be less than equal to 0. So if x is less than equal to 0, this is the x-axis. This is 0. This is positive 1, positive 2. Here we have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So we are dealing with this part only. So we don't accept this part of the line that has positive value of x. Any point you pick here, the value of x is negative. That's what we want. Good. So this is the first thing we should do. So we have a line. And this is a theta. They're asking us what is sine of theta or what is cosine of theta. Bring it in. So, are we okay so far?
Yes.
Elizabeth? Yvette?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in order to answer the sine and cosine, in your note sheet, you have sine equal to y over r and cosine is x over r. So we need to have what is x, what is y, what is r. For a question like this, because we don't know the value of x and y, you will leave it in terms of x. So we said x is x. I'm okay with it. Y, we have it right there, is root 6x. So the point is we're going to make everything in terms of x. And what is r? So any point you pick here, any point, I'm just randomly pick this one. and I make a right triangle. If this is x, this will be y, which y will be root 6x. Why is that? Because the point is on the line. If I pick a point here, again, this value of y and x, they have the same relationship. Any question here? Mario, does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm okay to that, up to that point.
So this is a brand new one. This is, I mean, something that a little challenging. But now you know it. If I give you a line instead of point, you need to make everything in terms of x. And we solve for r. We have r squared equal to x squared plus y squared. We have x squared plus root 6x squared. This is x squared plus 6x squared equal to 7x squared. Then r will be x root 7. How did I get this? Because r squared equal to 7x squared. R will be radical 7x squared. This gives us radical 7 times radical x squared. Radical x squared is x root 7. Any question for this part?
18. 18.
All right. My son keep taking picture of me. So now, Yvette, tell me what is y over r?
Root 6x over x square root 7.
Excellent. So this is a fun part. So previously, again, I keep pointing to the homework that I saw. They give us a point, correct? But now we're gonna have everything in terms of x. You have it in your note sheet. You're gonna have everything on term of x, and the x will cancel. Y is radical 6x, and r is x root 7. So I'm gonna bring this guy over here to break it down. So we have x root 6, x root 7. X will cancel. X will cancel, correct? For sure will cancel. Now we have root 6 over root 7. Yvette, can I have radical 7 on denominator?
No,
What number should I multiply?
root 7.
Excellent. Root 7, root 7. Root 6 times root 7 is root 42. Root 7 times root 7 is 7. So that's what you got, correct? Or you're
I'll change this to
Jason, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm following. Thank you.
Sure. So Elizabeth, you got 1 over root 7. Yvette, what did you get?
Negative root 7 over 7 because x is less.
Very
than-
good. Very good. Very good. I forgot about that. So back to Elizabeth. So we said x over r. This x is negative because we are here. Let's say if you forgot about that, same as me, I forgot about that. But I'm going to irrationalize this one. I'm going to multiply by root 7, root 7. Then I will get root 7 over 7. We are in quadrant 3. Quadrant 3 cosine is negative, so you need to put negative. On this quadrant, cosine and sine, both of them are negative. What about tangent of theta? Tangent of theta is y over x, which root 6x over x will cancel. The answer is root 6. Cosecant of theta is r over y, which is x root 7 over x root 6. We have root 7 over root 6. We need to irrationalize root 6. We get root 42 over 6. So one question like this in your exam, it takes 20 minutes. So I cannot, again, that type of question that you will see. If you solve it, I would be super, super happy that means you know it. But definitely, I'm not going to bring exactly same y equal to root 6x. You're going to see root 5, root 2, root 3. But the logic is similar. Any question here? Eva, does that make sense now?
Yeah, I would have never.
But now
Yeah.
you know it. You know as much as I know. So you're able to explain it as well. So I mean, this question that you ask, compare with this question that we solved, correct, is little more complicated, but the same logic. With Pythagorean theorem, we do algebra, and the value of x will cancel. My point is this: you can call this one easy question, and this one will be little complicated question. And there is no other complicated question than this. So do not have a fear. I can make it complicated, but I will not. It will be similar.